The decision to take this step wasn't just Mariana's, it was a decision from both of them. They were ready to walk together, without fear, facing the challenges of the future, knowing they could count on each other. Their love, which had once been just an idea, was now a tangible reality. The big day finally arrived. It was a serene morning, with the sun slowly rising, illuminating the room where Mariana was, accompanied by Ismail. Lua was about to be born, and the nervousness and anxiety were visible, but the feeling of expectation in the air was equally filled with joy. Mariana was surrounded by care, and Ismail, who had supported her at every step of her journey up to that moment, was now by her side, holding her hand firmly and tenderly. The pain of the contractions made Mariana writhe, but she had never felt so supported and secure. Ismail never left her side for a moment, speaking words of encouragement, kissing her forehead, and telling her everything would be okay. With every contraction, he was there, easing her pain with his presence. He was no longer just Mariana's boyfriend. He was now the man who would actively participate in Lua's birth, the man who had chosen to be a part of her life and her daughter's life. In the hospital, the atmosphere was filled with natural tension, but also with a unique energy. Mariana felt Ismail's strength by her side, and that made her feel more prepared for what was to come. When the doctor entered and said it was time to begin, the room became quieter, and everyone focused on that significant moment. Mariana took a deep breath. Tears began to fall from her face, not out of fear, but because of the intensity of the moment. She was about to give birth to her daughter, a child who represented everything she had gone through and everything still to come. Lua, her light, was about to be born. With one final push and much effort, Mariana finally felt relief. The sound of Lua's cry filled the room, and in that instant, the whole world seemed to stop. She heard that cry, so full of life, and a smile of happiness took over her face. That was the sound of her new reality, of her new beginning. Ismail, with tears in his eyes, cut the umbilical cord and, as he handed Lua to Mariana, spoke in a trembling voice, but full of love. "She's perfect, Mariana. She's our Lua." Mariana looked at Ismail, and for a moment, there were no words that could express everything she was feeling. The love she felt for Ismail and Lua in that moment was indescribable. She knew that, despite all the difficulties they had faced, this moment was a reflection of how loved she was and how much she loved. Lua, her daughter, was the manifestation of all her strength and all the sacrifices made until then. Time seemed to stretch as Mariana and Ismail gazed into each other's eyes, sharing a deep connection, without needing to say anything. Lua's birth not only brought a new life into the world, but also brought a renewal of hope for the two of them. Mariana knew that, despite life's ups and downs, this was the moment she had been waiting for. A new family, built with love and dedication. Lua was the living proof that everything could work out, that with the right support and true love, life could blossom even through adversity. Little Lua, with her curious eyes still taking in the world, was now in her mother's arms, and Ismail was by her side, ready to face whatever came their way, together. And the best part, they had each other, forever. The days following Lua's birth were filled with adjustments, new lessons, and many changes. Mariana, now holding her daughter in her arms and with Ismail by her side, began to realize that her life would never be the same. But in a wonderful way. Ismail, who had always been there as a great support, now had an even more important role. He was no longer just a boyfriend or friend,